says Bitcoin crushes opium addicts. Welcome. It is Friday, the 27th of February, 2026. And anybody who knows what we'll talk about here when it comes to Bitcoin trading, stuff like that, I often talk about the big picture as well as trading specifically. But yeah, in this video, talking about the big picture of why it is that Bitcoin tends to deliver devastating blows to those who put all their stock into it without understanding how it works, right? Bitcoin is just an asset, okay? Yes, it's many things. When it comes to trading, though, and investing, it's just an asset. Sure, it's digital currency, it's uncensorable money, all this kind of stuff, uncensorable transmission of values, what have you. Fine, wonderful. As a trading asset, as a tradable liquid asset, it is just another asset. And if you don't understand that, you've got to take your head out of your backside and begin to understand that, because that is what it is at the end of the day, right? It's not some magical scroll or spell. It is literally just what I just said, right? Hold on. So, something that people don't get about Bitcoin often is their downfall, is that they put all their stock, all their hopes, all their money into a position, which is foolish because they should not, right? They should be putting their stock or trade or what have you, their capital assets into smart decision making rather than a long shot gamble. And when you put your long shot gamble on a thing that's already been around since more than 16 years, right? We had the, what was it? 2026? Yeah, 16 years now or so. You're making a big mistake, right? The network went live in 2009, right? We're now 2026. It's been up for, what, 16, 17 years? Something like that, yeah. 17 years, right. So it's not exactly brand new, yeah? You're still early in terms of global adoption and use, right? If that ever happens, you are still relatively early. But it's still a long way from global adoption. And more importantly, you're pretty far away from the beginning, right? This is not the very beginning. You're already 16 years. There are people who are, or 17 years. There are people who are going to be adults next year, right? Who were born when Bitcoin was literally, when Bitcoin was 0 days old, they were born, and they're now 17 years old. It means another year they're going to be adults, right? That's how long Bitcoin's been around. It's not a baby, right? Yeah, you can say it's still a kid compared to other assets, but it's a kid that's about to be an adult, right? It's a teenager well into its teenage years. So it knows what's up in many respects. Yes, it's still learning. The community is still developing. The whole thing is still developing. The code itself is pretty well established. It doesn't mean there aren't any kinks that won't be worked out over time. Just like a person who's 17 years old hasn't yet fully developed their brain, right? It's the same kind of thing, right? So we need to look at it from that respect, right? It's just another asset that people trade. And it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect, right? That doesn't mean that it can't give you great returns. It can and does give amazing returns. But if you think you can just put whatever, $1 million on it and hope there's going to be 100 million by tomorrow or next week or next month or even a year from now, you're living in a delusional land. You missed that boat in 2009 when you could have bought it for literally nothing and held on to, a few thousand or a few 100,000 Bitcoins and just held them for these 17 years, and you'd be one of the wealthiest people on the planet now, right? But you didn't do that for whatever once, and now you are in the situation that you're in, right? Where you wish you had those, but you didn't get them. Hello there. Good to see you in the chat. Leave a like and smash the subscribe button. And yeah, I will catch you guys soon in the next video. Just one final thought before I go. Don't get down and think it's all bad news, because it isn't. It's great news. It's just that these movements in the asset on the returns, they tend to move according to the VEPs. So keep that in mind, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Hey.